very good evening to our brothers and sisters here tonight. How you are doing? You all look very different from up here, and this is my first time up here as well. So, so for those who do not know us, let me introduce ourselves. I'm Michael, and I only have one wife, and she's Ayun. I have two boys. The elder one is Daryl here, and the younger one is Gabriel. He's too shy. He's hiding under the pulpit, so it's okay. Tonight, we would like to share our testimony of thanksgiving for all the years that we have been in Canning Garden Methodist Church. We came to Ipoh in the year 2010, and one of the first things that we set out to do was to look for a church that we could settle into, because we know that we wanted to be part of the community of God, and we want to continue to grow in our faith journey as well. We also hope to walk alongside young families, because during that time there were only two of us, and we hope to start our family soon after, which already happened here, you can see. Yeah. So during that time, we visited many churches. Actually, every weekend we were visiting different churches, and that happened for several months. And I used to call that time as the church hopping season of our lives. So during our visits, we noticed that some churches seem to have a lost generation, because we saw the young people there, and then suddenly, there's a missing generation, and then we saw the more senior people in the church. And there was one very unforgettable experience as well. In one of the church that we visited, don't ask me which one after this, please. So when we came to the church, definitely, I think in Ipoh, when the visitor come, everybody knows that they are the visitor, right? So they acknowledge us during the service, and after the service, we just hang around as we did with all our visits, and we just hope to talk to some people. And then we realized that the fellowship was very good and very warm, but they were mostly talking to themselves. So I was just looking at Ayun, and then she looked at me, and then we looked at the the sky, and slowly we just proceeded and went back home. So our search continues. But one fine Sunday morning, we came to CGMC, and we still remember it very vividly, what happened that morning. So during that morning, when we came to CGMC, there was this one brother who really welcomed us, and that was the best welcome that I experienced in my life, actually. Yeah. And the thing is, I cannot remember the brother's name. I'm not very good with the names. So I told my wife to search for the name of that brother, and then she went through the 50th anniversary book, and she found that brother. So I just want to acknowledge the brother, which is Mr. Jeffrey Liu. Thank you so much. Yeah. So his welcome really left a very deep impression on us. And after the service, we were introduced to Samuel, Meng Li, and also Auntie Lion and the others. So they really talked to us, they invited us for lunch, and after that, they invited us to join the CG4 meeting. So we are very thankful for the welcome and the hospitality that we received. It was then that we knew that God has brought us to CGMC, and this is where He was leading us to.
CG back then was quieter, as there were only adults. Then slowly but surely, we started having a CG population boom. We looked forward to attend CG weekly, but it was a challenge when Daryl came along. It was usually about 7 p.m. by the time I got home from work then, and we only had about half an hour to feed, bathe, and change baby, and also got ourselves ready before we left the house for CG. While Michael drove us, I'd be having my tapao zapfan, while Daryl looked on. Even in the midst of our busyness and rush, the CG meetings were always a blessing to us. We learned together, felt encouraged by all the sharing, and of course, not forgetting the fellowship after supper afterwards. Over the years, many families and members have also joined the CG. Our CG members are always supportive, helpful, and encouraging to our family. They visited us at the hospital when Daryl was born, and then 3 years later, after a dinner of rabang fish with the spicy bentong ginger, I went into labor the next day, earlier than expected. And on the day Gabriel was born, Christina and Auntie Lain answered our SOS call for help to look after Daryl. When Gabriel was hospitalized at about 10 months old, Auntie Lain, Christina, the Lees and others, they visited and prayed for us. Today, our CG has been blessed with 19 kids. And as you can imagine, CG is not so quiet anymore. For us, we know that the CG family is ever ready to help in times of need, to pray when an urgent situation occurs, and to support one another when we are going through challenges in our lives. We want to express our thanks to each and every one of the CG family for being an integral part of our lives. We are truly blessed to be in the CG.
On already. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Okay. It's working.
I want to thank teacher Kimby for always looking out for me in junior kids. Thank you, teacher, and for teaching our cell group in junior kids. I'm 9 this year and in Kids Church under teacher Margaret. Thank you, teacher Margaret.
Hello, I have previously attended junior kids and now I attend Kids Church. I am 12 this year, so I'll be joining the youth next year. I enjoy the weekly Thank you. I enjoy the weekly lessons, sketches, and meeting all my friends. I have attended VBS twice. They were very exciting and funny, and in the process, I learned a lot about Jesus. Thank you, Teacher Margaret and Teacher Bitch, for being my cell group leaders, and to all the other teachers who serve in Kids Church and VBS. You got one more.
So tonight we want to give thanks to God, and we want to especially thank all our pastors over the years who shared their life with us, and some of them actually walked personally with the men's group as well. So I really appreciate that, and we really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, Pastor Andrew, and also Pastor Thomas, and our church and ministry leaders as well. We also want to thank our zone and CG leaders for giving of themselves to lead us in this church. We are also grateful for all the members who have served so faithfully and so diligently in all the ministries of this church, which has been a blessing to our whole family. And last but not least, we also want to thank everyone who has walked alongside us and will continue to journey with us in the years to come. All glory to God. To end our sharing, Darren and Gabriel would like to read Psalm 34 for you.
Okay, thank you. Psalms 34, verse 1. I will extol the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. I will glory in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. Glorify the Lord with me. Let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame.
Verse Verse 6. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Fear the Lord, you his holy people, for those who fear him lack nothing. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing.
Thank you.